On this 19th Sunday in Ordinary Time, we find ourselves smack dab in the middle of the Bread of Life discourse. For 3 Sundays now, we've heard Jesus refer to himself as the bread of life. 2 more Sundays to go after this. And as I read the gospel, as I prayed the gospel, a word jumped out for the very first time in my 17 years as a priest. It jumped out and it just like, I was fixated on this word. Would you like to know what the word is? Okay, I'll tell you then. Bread. Bread. It was the first time that I had ever stopped to think about the word bread. And you know what I came up with? When I think about bread, I think about one word: carbohydrates. Yep, carbs. So I want to tell you a little story. At the end of 2016, I decided that I'd put on a couple of extra pounds. And so I said, my 2017 resolution, I'm going to lose 15 pounds. I lost 12. But here's how I did it. I cut out carbs. And can I tell you a little bit about cutting out carbs? I was miserable. Come about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I'd be like this. Oh, I need that fake sugar. I needed those carbs. So I decided that a better way to do this would be to just watch what I eat, healthy balance, exercise. Okay, much healthier approach, I can tell you that. I wasn't as grumpy, I can tell you, because you're never going to deny me a plate of pasta, I'll tell you that. Bread. I am the bread of life. And you know what happens when we are not nourished by the bread of life? You know what happened to me at 1 o'clock in the afternoon? I get lethargic. Yeah, we experience a spiritual lethargy of sorts. Absolutely. We need to encounter with the living God. You know why? 2 reasons. First, he wants to encounter us. He wants to be a part of our lives. That's how much our God cares for us, loves us. We know that he provides, my first homily on the bread of life, and the second, he sustains. We need him. But there's something else. You see, we can't be good disciples if he does not nourish us. That's right. In the second letter of the second reading this weekend, we hear St. Paul writing to the community, the early Christian community at Ephesus. And he sums it up and he says, you know something? Knock it off. Be kind to one another. That's what St. Paul says. Be kind to one another. One of the easiest ways that we can learn to be kind, to be more charitable, to be more accepting and loving and embracing, you get it, is by being nourished by that Eucharist. Body, blood, soul, and divinity come to us. Now, I'm guessing that whenever you woke up this morning, the first thought that you had was not, wow, today I'm going to go to St. Mary's Church and I'm going to encounter the living God. You didn't say that, right? If you did, I would like to make you a cardinal or the Pope. But today we interact with our God. Think about it for a moment. Heaven and earth collide momentarily. The bread of life comes to us, body, blood, soul, and divinity, so that we can become a bit more like our God who loves us unconditionally. As we're nourished with this bread of life, May spiritual lethargy be banished. May we be good and faithful disciples who, simply put, are kind to one another.